Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Leetcode daily challenge. Check if this sentence is Pangram. So let us first read this question, then after that constraints of this question, and then we will be going ahead with the examples for the same. And then at the end we will be checking for the coding part for the same. So as you can see that this is easy level question. So whatever there is written, somehow the thing would be similar only. It's not too much tweak in the same. So let us first read this question. A pangram is a sentence where every letter of English alphabet appears at least once. Given a string sentence containing only lowercase English letters, return true if sentence is pangram or else false. So the thing is that pangram is a sentence in which all the letters of English would be there at least once, but more than once could also be there, but all the letters should be present in that sentence. So that is a pangram, right? Now next thing is that whatever string would be given to us, means input string which would be there, we are required to check that is it a pangram or not. So this is the end goal of our question. And according to that only we are required to proceed in the same. Basically, as you can see that this easy level question, so this acts as a base for much more medium or difficult level question. So that's why it is important to do this question in multiple ways. Means think about the same in multiple ways possible so that whenever any question of harder level or medium level comes up, so that we can do that question easily. So that are basically the importance of easy level questions. So that's why we shouldn't take easy level questions so much easily on mind. We should be strong enough in those easy level questions as well. Now, let us start with the first example. So here it's about me each letter in this particular would be occurring for those English alphabets. And then explanation that sentence contains at least one of every letter of yeah, the same thing. And in this lead code, only these much letters are there and not all 26 letters are present. So that's why we return false. So here as per the constraint, so basically length could go up to 1000. So we can come up with order of n square would also be fine here, but order of n square won't be required in this particular as per the question which is being given to us. So that's why we will be going ahead with order of n solutions. So I'll be today letting you know about various approaches which could be done here and how to get to those approaches. So before moving ahead, let me tell you that this question was asked in Goldman Sachs. So this is about its company. Now let us go ahead with the approaches for the same, and then we will be going ahead with the coding part. Now let me explain you that how we are required to go ahead. So one minute. I don't know why today things are taking time to load. Let me pause video. So finally it loaded. Seriously, I don't know what has happened today. Things are taking so much time. Okay, now let us start with the same. So basically, this was the example which was given to us, right? And this is what we are required to return when all the letters are being present there, right? So now our main objective is basically that all the alphabet letters should be present at minimum once. So that is our main objective, right? So now ways to solve this problem is that either we can keep a counter array of 26 size and fill each index as per the occurrence of that alphabet. So this is one of the method to do that. So basically what we would be doing in this method is that we will be taking some array, say we are taking cats whose size we can take as 26 and initialize it with 0. So that's the thing we can do. Now comes the part that how we are required to fill this and then check that how means we are required to turn true or false. So in that context, we will be basically checking for each letter in the input which is being given to us. So we will be checking that, and then we will be basically doing this thing, means chars of C minus A. So this will be plus plus. So because of this thing, we are basically filling that index means see, our A could be written as 0 also, right? And how we can write it like this? By simply subtracting whatever char value is given in the sky code. So we can subtract that thing, and after subtracting that, we will be getting A as this value, or I guess we get basically this one. Means either 0 or 1 we get like that only. But the thing is, like, from whichever index we will be starting, so from that index only other letters would be there, because if A is getting the 0, then B will be getting as 1. Or if A is getting 1, then B will be getting 2. So in that manner I'm saying. So according to that only other letters would be adjusted. So this is the thing I wanted to explain at this particular point. And see, when these are filled, then at the end we will be checking again by traversing the same thing, that we will be going from means we will be going our I from 0 to 26, and then checking that if at any moment are this particular chars of I, if it is not equals to, if it is equal to basically 0, then at that moment we will be returning false. So this is the thing which we are required to do, and this is what I meant by, you can clearly see that now our chars is basically acting as a counter only, that at any particular point, if there is the existence of that particular letter, then one would be added, else nothing would be added there, right? And that is only thing which is acting as counter here. So this was the first method. And now comes the part for the second method, that is by using a hash set. And by hash set we meant that see, in the hash set there is one property that it won't store any duplicates, right? So because of that thing only, because of this duplicate property only, what we can do is we can fill as per the occurrence. Means whenever what letter occurs, at that point we will be filling that letter, right? And then we will be returning the size of that unordered set because there are no duplicates. So if all the 26 letters have occurred at least once, so the size of that unordered set would be 26 only. And if the size is basically at the end, we will be returning if our unordered set is basically equals to 26. So if this condition would be true, that simply means that the size of an unordered set is 26. So our answer would be true, right? And if that is not the case, then we will be by itself it will return as false. So this is how our answer would be there. And now comes the part of this, that finding letters from A to Z one by one. So basically what we can do is that we can start from A and then go till Z, right? And simply check for each part of that particular string which is being given to us, that is it equal to A or not. And if till end we are able to figure out with A, then we will be directly going ahead and marking that particular that we had figured out with the A. So that is the thing which we will be doing here. Although it could be means from the other methods, this code might be getting me the previous other two methods which are there, might be this code could get bit length here, but this is also one of the solution which we can go ahead with. And the last solution which is there is the bit manipulation part. So basically here what we are doing is we are setting the bit corresponding to that alphabet. So that's the thing which we will be doing, means Here, bit manipulation is all about setting up the bit, adding up that bit, and then checking that if that particular bit was present or not at the end. So then we are adding that set bit to one common variable, and then that common variable only is used at the end so that we can check that if that 26 bit is set or not. So that is the thing, how this bit manipulation will work here. So these were all solutions for the same. Now, because these are multiple ways, and why I have told you even about the multiple ways, because somehow this question, actually, there was one question asked in Amazon which was corresponding to means its base level was starting from the Enneagram itself. So that's why from there only I made one habit that whatever easy question when it comes up, we should try to solve that easy question in several ways. So that's why in this particular also, I'm trying to solve in this particular in several ways because we already know that this bit manipulation thing is also used a lot of time, and this saves our means it saves our time complexity as well and space complexity as well, right? So that's the reason I tried to solve all these particular methods. Now this first method, basically here you can directly see that here time complexity would be completely, although we are traversing that particular string, so the time complexity is here dependent upon that particular string only, right? But the space complexity, that is completely order of 26, so that will be order of 1 only. Here also same thing is there, because of traversing of that strings, time complexity becomes order of n and space complexity is order of 1 only. Same reason, because that set in which we are storing, that will be storing just 26 letters. So that's the thing. And here, same thing is time complexity order of n. All of them would be having the same time complexity and space complexity. That is the thing. And here bit manipulation. Here the thing is that the time complexity would be order of n again and the space complexity also order of 1. I already told that all of them would be having same time complexity and space complexity. But still, the thing is like we should know about all these methods so that we can do further about the harder questions similar to same. Now let us go ahead with uh what we say that means coding part for the same. I don't know like why I am started forgetting things. But still, it's okay. Now let us start with the counter thing of that character. Means our first method only. So how we can do that? So let us take a vector of int chars, not the char but chars because char is data type, so it will at last show us conflict which we don't want, right? So in that context, now let us start for int I equals to 0, I less than 26, I plus plus. But I guess that and because of this thing, we would be required to have one extra variable also, so that will add to the cost of, not the cost, but it will increase the length of our code. So let us keep it easy. So for that, since now we are starting like this, so for each character in that sentence, now we are going ahead with the same. So now what we will be doing is that we are required to store that particular number at that index, right? So here we are taking that index, basically that character, and now we are subtracting a from that so that it could result into an integer value which can easily act as index of this class, right? So now here we will be adding, which simply means that we have filled that particular index with 1. And when 1 would be already present, so because of this plus plus only, it will add one more 1 to the same. So in that manner only, we always do this plus plus. So that's the meaning of the same. Now by this, we will be able to fill this. Now comes the part of checking that basically are that particular index is filled or not. So now for that part, we will be checking that for every index. So if it is equal to 0, right? Basically, this is if condition. Equal to 0, then we will be returning false, else at the end we will be returning true. So this is the thing which we are required to do. So now let us run this particular and it should work. Yeah, so it worked. Now let us try with the another solution which is there. So I'm just resetting it to default. So here let us try with that unordered set solution. Unordered set, and here also we are required with that integer. So this is much easier solution. Easier in the sense that it will be having the code length much smaller than the previous one even. So we are taking each character, and now what we will be doing is we will be directly doing that same thing which we were doing earlier. I might do mistake, but we'll figure out. So at the end we are required to return s.size equal to 26. Yeah, I was knowing. I'll do the mistake. Okay, so here basically if that particular is present, then we can directly assign one to the same. Let us see. Again, it will be because it is a set, right? And I don't have pair, so that's why it is showing me this particular error. But it should work. Hmm, how we can do? Mhm. So in that manner, because it should have some value. Hmm, check how can we do it? So the thing here is that we can't what we say that because it is not a pair, right? That's why we can't do that particular approach the way we were doing in vector. So in that sense, let us use its naive approach only, that we directly insert that particular at this position. But now in that sense, we would be required to change its data type to char. But again, one thing was there, that would that char work or not? Because somehow in past I was encountering the error there. Let us see. Ah, okay, correct. That's good thing. So earlier only mistake was that we were doing plus plus so that simply indicates that there is some pair. Basically that plus plus works in the map or another map but not in set. So that is the thing. So yeah, although it was easier one but I tried after a long time. So these were the two approaches with these other two simpler approaches. But the other two which are there, bit manipulation and that you can try once by your own, and we can do that as well. Means let us keep that for a more harder question. For time being, let us do these things only. And yeah, so the time complexity, yeah, it already explained. Time complexity is basically this one only. Order of n and order of one. And why that also I had already explained, because this will be equal to 26 only, which is corresponding to order of n. So yeah, this was all for this particular question. If you have any doubt, you could comment that down. And yeah, if you like this explanation, please do like and subscribe to my channel and also do share among your friends. So yeah, this was all. Thank you.